All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another quick post-fight discussion video here. I just want to get my quick thoughts on this one because I had some people ask me about this fight, how it went, and what I thought about the Holm Yana Santos fight. Well, Holly did what I was expecting her to do. Pretty much go in there and dominate Yana Santos. Like if Holly Holm was going to come in 100% focused and show even like some shades of her old self, I felt like she was going to go in there and dominate Yana Santos. Now, if she was looking like the version that fought Ketlin Vieira, I thought Yana Santos had a good chance of winning this fight. But Holly, like I said, she probably just was really kind of sapped after that illness she was dealing with, a little while back. That's how come she looked kind of drained and just didn't really look focused and just kind of looked lethargic in her fight with Ketlin Vieira, that last time out. But this time around, she had some time off, had time to rest up and, just improve in the right departments that she needed to. And she went in there and dominated Yana Santos. I mean, the first round pretty much, looked like a Holly Holm type of round. She was able to use her strength. Yana Santos, I think she just kind of blew her load in the first round. She kind of went all out and wanted to use her clinch style. And she tried to use her strength against Holly Holm, of course, right? She wanted to prove that she was just as strong, but I think she spent too much of the round trying to do that. She expended a lot of energy, and everybody knows that. Holly, she's a physically strong fighter. She's very athletic and very strong. That's the two things I'll give her credit for. Always, she's athletic and really strong. So Holly Holm pretty much took over in that first round. Being able to reverse Yana in the cage and just land the better shots. Yana was getting off some nice knees to the body early, but when they would separate, Holly was pretty much having the speed advantage and the striking advantage, landing her left hands straight down the middle, just landing the better kicks, still landing those head kicks. Some of them were partially blocked, but just really asserting herself in this fight. She was really fighting like she was on a mission, getting the takedowns, showing she was the stronger fighter. Even in the second round, she was taking Yana down with ease and just being active on the ground. And that side control, she was really landing some nice shoulder bumps, just really mauling Yana Santos, transitioning into full mount a couple of times and, getting that work in all the way to the end of the fight, in the third round. Like it wasn't really anything like spectacular anything Holly was doing. It was just like an improved ground game. Once again, she's showing her level on the ground and her wrestling has gotten better. Is it enough to compete against Amanda Nunes or even like Juliana Pena? I don't know. That's yet to be seen. She's got 5 more fights on her contract, so we're probably going to see it, right, whether we like it or not. But, yeah, Holly went in there. She pretty much 30-26, Yana Santos. I mean, the second round was pretty much dominant. I mean, when she got her down with that big takedown, Yana wasn't going anywhere. Yana wasn't going anywhere in that round. She was just drowning that whole time, and Holly was just working her. And in that last round, remember, she did get like a big takedown where she just picked her up and slammed her. So Holly was on a mission in this fight. I mean, even with some of her strikes, even though they didn't land like clean a few times, she was throwing with some intensity. Like she was looking for a finish in there, on the feet, landing a few elbows and just pushing Yana Santos back with, with her pressure. She was just really looking to get a finish in this fight. Hard work from Holly Holm. Like I said, I had to pick Holly Holm just because, she had the levels above Yana. And, I'm still a fan of Holly, even though she does need to retire, in my opinion. I still think, she's a pretty good fighter. In the cage and out of the cage, she seems pretty cool. So, I wanted to see her pull out the victory. But moving on from here, she didn't really call out any names. And Holly's not the type that needs to call out any names because it's like if you put the fighter in front of her, she'll fight him. Or if, they ask her who she wants to fight, she'll take them on, right? She's pretty much fought everybody in the division, right? So whoever gets her closest to her one more title shot, if that's what it is, go ahead and give her that fight. The one fight I'd like to see her in that she hasn't fought yet is Juliana Pena. I remember that fight was scheduled. Somebody in the chat said that fight was originally scheduled, which I remember. But that was the time Holly got sick and she had to pull out, so Pena winds up getting the title shot. So that was a little while back now. So I think that her and Pena would be a nice matchup, and maybe that would be the one non-title fight that Pena would try to get. So maybe they could make it like a main event. It would be a good 5-round fight between these two because I think their styles would kind of make for an entertaining fight. So, yeah, make that fight happen because I think that's the only other fight that we want to see. Everybody else is pretty much a rerun, and some of these other fighters below, I don't know if they have the wrestling or, you know, even the power or skill to really deal with Holly Holm. Like even a Macy Chase on, I don't know, you know. Panny Kansan, you know, that would be an entertaining fight with Holly Holm. You know, she could probably give Holly Holmes trouble in the feet for maybe a little bit of time, but Holly's still strong. You know, she can pick you up and take you down now and kind of drown some of these fighters that don't really have takedown defense, right? So yeah, we'll see what happens from here. My thoughts on the co-main event. It wasn't a bad fight. It wasn't like a boring fight like some people thought it was or anticipated it to be. You know, I think, you know, Holly did try to make it as entertaining as possible, you know, on the ground, just a lot of mauling. I mean, she showed Andrea Lee what she should have done on the ground, in my opinion. You know, you just can't lay on the ground like that. You have to be working. You know, Holly Holm was on the ground working. Like, that's what Andrea Lee needed to do against Macy Barber, in my opinion. You know, she should have been, like, bumping and mauling and trying to get the full mount. She should have been working. But then again, you know, Macy Barber was working back, so it all depends on your opponent. But yeah, man, that's all I got on this, guys. Let me know what y'all thought of the fight. What's next for Holly Holm? Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.